Hello students, welcome back to your video class, and as we have been studying this chapter, the tsunami, in your English readers, and we have read the two parts of this chapter. As we have read how the tsunami wave hit on 26th December 2000, on 26th December 2004, a wave, large big wave, monster wave, India's Andaman Nicobar Islands and some part of Tamil Nadu, coastal part. So in this chapter we have read about the survival, we have read about the people who survived and who saved others and how their life changed. And in the two parts we have read the life of many people. So now we are continuing with the third part. Look carefully at the picture of the boy and his dog. You can see a small picture. When there is such type of monster wave, the water washes away the coastal part of the particular place, and many big trees, houses wash away with the water, and all around destruction we can see. So there is a picture. So in this picture we see a boy and his dog, and try to describe the things that you see using just words and phrases. Either the teacher or one of the students can write down the words and phrases on the blackboard. So this picture is after the tsunami wave and this boy's survival, and this is how we can start: calm blue sea, ruined huts. So this way we can use some phrases and some words. All around water, flood, and the houses washed away. So this way we can write. Before the giant wave slammed into the coast in India and Sri Lanka. It was actually roused in Thailand, but the area of India and Sri Lanka was affected. Wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. Nobody knew. Nobody expected such a thing. It was unexpected, all of a sudden, because there was earthquake in the sea, under the water, in the sea, and because of that the wave raised. They fled to safety, and wild and domestic animals seemed to know what was about to happen. As I told you in the previous video of this chapter, that some animals, some birds can sense. They have such sense, power of sense. So they can sense if something is going to happen very, such level, whether it is flood or earthquake or any such incident happens. They can, because in the environment the waves change, air change, speed of air change, the waves, vibration in the environment, we cannot see the waves but there are vibrations, there are waves in the environment all around us. Network of waves. We cannot sense, but some animals, wild animals and birds can sense. So they knew what was going to happen and they fled to safety. They fled to safety. They fled to safe place. According to eyewitness accounts, witness accounts, elephants screamed and ran for higher ground. And people tell that elephants screamed loudly and ran towards the higher level of place. Dogs refused to go outdoors. Even dogs knew what was going to happen, so they refused to go out. Flamingos abandoned their low-lying breeding areas. They abandoned their low-lying breeding areas. They refused to go to the low-lying breeding, where they breed their egg. And zoo animals rushed into their shelters and could not be enticed to come back out. And they did not come out, zoo animals. Many people believe that animals possess a sixth sense. This is true. Even humans have, but they have not activated. But some wild animals, birds, they have sixth sense to sense such things happening in the cosmic world. Because of the energy level, the wave, they can sense and know when the earth is going to shake. Some experts believe that animals' more acute hearing helps them to hear or feel the earth's vibration. As I told you, the animals can sense the vibration in the earth, shaking vibration in the earth. They can easily sense that something is going to happen unusual. They can sense an approaching disaster long before humans realize what's going on. We cannot be sure whether animals have a sixth sense or not. We can guess, we think, and this is obviously true on the basis of such records. But the fact is that the giant waves that rolled through the Indian Ocean killed more than 150,000 people in dozen countries, around dozen countries. 150,000 people were died. But not many animals have been reported dead. But very few animals have been reported dead because animals went to safe place already. Along India's Cuddalore coast, where thousands of people perished, buffaloes, goats, dogs were found unharmed. They were safe because before time they went to the safe places. The Yala National Park in Sri Lanka is home to a variety of animals including elephants, leopards and 130 species of birds. 60 visitors were washed away from the Petangala beach inside the park. There is a beach inside the park, but no animal carcasses were found. Carcasses, the body, dead body of animals were not found because they were safe, except for 2 water buffaloes. About an hour before the tsunami hit, people in Yala National Park had observed 3 elephants running away from the Pentagala beach. Because they knew something was going to happen unusually. A Sri Lankan gentleman who lives on the coast near Gala said his 2 dogs would not go for their daily run on the beach. His dog did not go on the beach that day, early morning. They are usually excited to go on this outing, he said, but On that day, they refused to go and most probably saved his life. So, this is the chapter we have completed today. In this chapter, we have read how tsunami wave, monster wave in 2004 hit the Indian coastal part, Andaman Nicobar Deep, and some part of Sri Lanka, and some surrounding around a dozen countries, and almost 1,50,000 people were killed. So there was destruction, loss of property, loss of lives, and all about. In between, many people were survived, and we saw that how animals were not died because they knew before the time that something was going to happen. So they went to safe place. The elephants, the flamingos, dogs, and other birds went to safe place. Wild animals and birds went to safe place. So this is the all happening of tsunami, and we read how people helped each other, how people survived. So this chapter we have completed today. I will send you the question answers of this chapter. You will do the question answers in your fair notebook, and in your next video we'll start with the new chapter. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.